We're going to start with these wall shelves from the Dollar Tree. These are kind of the chunkier, skinnier ones, but really you could use any of the Dollar Tree craft wood. But I find that these little pre-made shelves like this from the Dollar Tree are a nice time saver. They make great signs that are nice and thick, and you can put them together and make any size sign that you want. So I always try to pick up a handful of these whenever I see these at my stores. And so again, I am just taking the rope off of these because I want to put these together just to make a project. And that looks really good. What I wanted to make out of these was a coastal American flag. I was showing you could also use those long signs from the Dollar Tree to make this as well. There's lots of options, but I wanted like 3 different pieces so that I could have like openings in between the slats to kind of make a very coastal looking flag. So I'm going to use painter's tape, and what I want to do is mark off about halfway down. I want to have my flag stripes be about half of the board. So I'm just kind of estimating about half, exposing the top half there. But I also want this to look like an American flag, right? So I'm also going to go over it here to try to create like the flag star box at the top. So just kind of lining that up so I don't make my stripes go too far. And then for our flag, we're going to do it in some fun beachy colors, right? So I'm going to mix, I think this is turquoise and white acrylic paints together to give me a really light turquoise color. And I love that color. I think that looks really nice and beachy. And instead of red and white stripes on here, we're going to do a beach version, right? So the top half, I want to do the stripes. So I am just painting the top half of each board, but also avoiding the area where there would be stars. So this one, I can go across the whole shelf or piece of wood with the blue paint. And just peeling off our painter's tape. That worked great. We got some great flag stripes going on here. And you can kind of see it coming together there a little bit, the flag, right? So now I need to kind of reverse tape it so that we can do the box for the stars, right? So just lining that up to where I painted before to give a perfect little box there that I can paint. And for this one, I'm going to go in with a different color of blue. I believe this is Lake, and I mixed it with white. I basically just wanted something a little bit more blue, a little bit less turquoise. So it still wasn't quite the color I wanted, so I added a little royal. If you don't have the colors that you need, you can always mix the colors together and experiment. And that's what I did. I mixed all kinds of blues together there to give me a fun like sky blue color, something that's going to look different than the blue we used on the stripes, because I definitely need a different color for a contrast, right? So we are just going to go ahead and paint that square, that color of blue. So it's kind of like a light blue and turquoise flag is what we're going for. And I think those colors look really pretty together. Can't tell you what color that is. That is a Crafty Beach original, I guess. Now it's time to put this flag together. So we're going to use the rope that came with it, of course. And we're just going to tie it together. So I just knot it in the front, cut a piece, string that to the next one, and I'm going to go ahead and do the other side at the same time. That way I can get them, fairly even, the gap that's going to be hanging in between, because I kind of want it to look like, like a hanging board sign, that it's a little bit flexible. There's a little bit movement in between. So I just tie those two together, And we're going to keep working up our little coastal flag, doing the same thing. And you know, a traditional American flag is wonderful, but it's always fun to kind of put your own touches on things. And I think my little beach version of the American flag is really cute too. It's just a matter of feeding these through, trying not to get too much fraying. It might work a little bit better if you use a little bit of hot glue on the tip. But just stringing them all along. Now I'm going to go ahead and take apart another one of these. They also have these metal rings on them, which are great. So you should always save that, right? What I did is I just peeled off one of the ropes and left the other one tied on there because, hey, it's there. We might as well use it. It would make a great coastal hanger. So with just one string attached instead of two, I fed that in and tied it off there in the front. Now for starfish, stars, I'm going to use those same white stars that we used on the seahorse that I get on Amazon. If you don't have these and you want to put this together, you can use one of the Dollar Tree starfish instead. It would probably be about the right size, and just put one star on there. That would be totally fine. These are great because I'm able to get like 9 of them on there, 3 by 3 by 3. And these are so easy. All you got to do is glue them on. They have a nice flat back. And I'm just going to leave them that existing white color. I think that looks so pretty against the flag. And it's going to coordinate nicely with that seahorse that we just made. That was more a bluish blue too with the white stars. And then the holes on the bottom were bothering me. So quick fix, just tie a knot, string it through, tie them on the back, and you will have no holes in your sign. Easy peasy. What do you guys think about my little crafty beach coastal American flag for 4th of July? It's so cute.